Getting crushed by capitalism. I can't get a job to save my life. Like, I got a soil biology PhD, but like, oh my God, like, what do we do?
Okay, guys, up next, we're going to react to a girl on TikTok complaining that, shocker, she is struggling to find gainful employment after studying for many years to get her PhD in dirt studies. I'm not making this up. I'm not trolling you. This is real. Without further ado, let's hear her out. Maybe she really is a victim in all of this.
Getting crushed by capitalism is like so cringe, but it's like, it's happening to me. And like, I got a PhD from Berkeley, and like, I can't get a job to save my life. Like, I got a soil biology PhD, and like, now I'm a tutor and a babysitter and a dog sitter. And like, part of that is because like, I don't want to like move to some random place in the middle of nowhere. But like, the other half is like, they cut all the funding for science, and like, the biotech market is just like absolutely cratered. And like, I have long COVID, so it's difficult for me to work like a full-time job. And just like, I got on here to rant a little bit, but like, oh my God, like, what do we do? I just have to work.
She lost me at long COVID. I know it's a real thing for some people. This refers to like the phenomenon of long-term symptoms after you have a COVID infection that don't go away. But I think a lot of people have psychosomatic long COVID. Like, it's mostly in their head, or it's kind of a victim identity they have subscribed to and kind of perpetuated in their own mind. Not to say it's not a real thing that affects some people, but a lot of the descriptions of what they have and what it qualifies as is incredibly vague and is probably rooted in either other problems, other medical issues, or in inside the old noggin. Now, so she just lost me a little bit there. And she also, I don't lack sympathy entirely for young people who graduate with insanely overpriced degrees and struggle to find work, because the system is broken. College is way too expensive. It should not be as costly as it is. And then the loans, I think, are, a real problem. But you lose some of that sympathy where you say, well, she basically said, I probably could have gotten a job in my dirt studies field, like my dirt biology, whatever, but I didn't want to move to the middle of nowhere. Hold on. Like, I know a couple people who are pursuing PhDs, and the PhD job market is tough. So yeah, if you want to get a job as an assistant professor or something, you got to go to the University of Idaho's whatever campus. Like, you kind of just have to go to wherever you can find a job. That's a pretty normal thing that PhD graduates do to get started in academia. So you probably should have known that. And if you're just not willing to leave whatever city you live in, the idea that there's going to happen to be a perfect academic position in your extremely niche field there, and if not, then capitalism is just screwing you over, is ridiculous. It is totally unreasonable and out of touch. And I'm like, sorry, but you are not getting crushed by capitalism. You are getting hit with the consequences of your own bad decisions. And at some point as a grown adult, that is on you. AI is the future, and there's really no question whether AI will change everything, because it already has. Are you positioning yourself to win in the new AI economy, or are you watching from the sidelines? And that's why I'm excited to introduce the 2-day AI Mastermind class happening this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. There are 2 days of sessions with expert mentors, 16 hours of learning about 10 and more AI tools. You go from an AI rookie to an AI pro, and you can learn the skills to stay relevant for the next decade. This training normally costs $895, but I've partnered with Outskill, the world's biggest AI education platform, to give away 1,000 free seats to my loyal viewers. But this is only available for the next 72 hours, and it totals up to $900,000 in free training given away. Whether you're from human resources, marketing, sales, operations, or even running your own business or freelancing, folks from all backgrounds will love this and find it valuable. So make sure your calendars are cleared for the weekend. The training is scheduled for this coming Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on both days. Now, guys, here's something even crazier. If you sign up now and attend using the link in the description, you can also get bonuses worth up to $5,100, which you can see on the screen. So go to the link in the description and sign up for this weekend's sessions to learn the AI skills you'll need to stay relevant in the future economy. Save your seat now before it expires. You'll be glad you did. Again, though, I'm not entirely without sympathy for this young woman, and she did raise, I thought, a legitimate point in a follow-up video. Take a listen to this.
I feel so stupid for listening to everyone in my life who said that if you follow your passions, the money will come. Because I got like a whole ass PhD in soil biology because everybody eats, right? Everybody like wears clothes. And I thought that like sustainability was important or whatever. And now like, where are the jobs? If anybody could let me know where the jobs went, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Thanks.
So, I mean, look, at some point you are an adult, you are responsible for your own decisions, but I think there's a grain of truth to this that like adults and older generations, or rather not, they are adults, but like their parents and grandparents did give young people advice that was outdated or wasn't great. Like there was this push, like you have to go to college, even though, you know, a lot of times a degree is still worth it, but a lot of times it isn't. And depending on the student, just going and getting a generic bachelor's degree and racking up 80K in debt is not necessarily the right choice. There was this advice of, no, of course you have to go to college. And then I don't know who gave her this advice of just pursue your dreams and the money will come. And yeah, she probably should have known better. But if that really is what her parents were telling her or what her, you know, role models or mentors were telling her, then yeah, that's pretty bad advice. You know, the truth is somewhere in the middle that like you can't simply ignore finances and job prospects and all that, but you also, I don't think you should, generally speaking, discount, you know, what are your passions, what are your interests. You have to try to find some sort of sweet spot where you can, you know, have a productive life that will enable you to provide for your family and yourself, but also ideally, you know, have some interest or not hate your job. But the idea that you just do whatever you want and the money will come. If somebody actually gave her that advice, they did you dirty there, my girl. Now, this final video from her, I mean, okay, she's really, I'm trying to be nice, but she is straining my patience beyond its breaking point. Let's listen to this.
I know not many right-wingers get this, but as a leftist, I really don't want a job. Like, I know that people make fun of leftists for not wanting a job, but like, I'm really one of them. I just, I can't stand the idea of having to work. And I don't understand why right-wingers want to work either. Like, they are like slaves to their masters, low-key. And they love it and they eat it up. But when someone like me says like, I don't want to work in the middle of nowhere, everybody's mad at me. And it's pretty obvious that you're a little bit like cucked, if you know what I mean, by your circumstances. And maybe I am too, but I'm into that. So,
So you lost me. You lost my last shred of sympathy there, dear, because I know that you did not just go on a long rant about how I actually don't want to work and I don't want a job and I just want to be lazy and somebody else will take care of me, mommy or daddy or the government, and all my neighbors will just have to pay taxes for my health care and my food stamps and everything because I just want to veg all day. Maybe this is why you're unemployed, girl. Like if I was an employer and you applied to my job in sustainability and dirt studies or whatever, and you had this expensive PhD from this fancy university, but then I look you up on TikTok and I see you yapping about how you hate work and don't want a job and just wish you could do nothing all day. That is not giving employee of the year to me. It is simply not. So that could explain something. Maybe some of that energy is creeping into the whole atmosphere of your resume, your interviews, your applications. And so, yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, the situation is your fault. your attitude is terrible, and I really don't consider you a victim of anything except your own terrible decisions. But other than that, you're doing amazing. Keep it up. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed if you aren't yet.